And hey, well, this is Francisco from Wondershare Dr.Fone, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the best ways of bypassing the activation lock on your iPhone or iPad. Now let's go ahead and dive right in. Make sure to give us a like and don't forget to comment any of your questions down below as we move forward with this tutorial. And also don't forget to share this video with others if you find it useful, and don't forget to subscribe for more content just like this moving forward. And so now, let's go ahead and talk about it. And here's going to be some very important information that you should know about an activation lock on an iPad. And this theft deterrent feature is actually pretty cool for the sole reason that it helps keep your data safe, and in case of misplacement or thievery, of course. And without access to the owner's Apple ID and or password, accessing the device directly becomes impossible. And now, unfortunately, for used purchases, you may have procured yourself a used item legitimately, but have no access to said device nonetheless. Now, this feature is enabled by default with the Find My iPhone option is selected on an iOS device. And it is necessary when a user needs to erase data on an iOS device to set it up using a new Apple ID, or turn off Find My iPhone, which is always going to be the best way to go about it. And now, knowing the activation lock is enabled on an iPad is going to be pretty easy, as the screen prompts you to input a user ID and password, and it's got to be for the previous owner if you happen to come across anything like that. So what happens if you need to bypass the activation lock on an iPad with previous owner's account on it? Using a valid Apple ID and password is usually going to be the easiest way to bypass the activation lock on something like the iPad Pro, iPad Mini, or anything like that. And in any case, if you just legitimately purchased this device from the previous owner, they should have no qualms giving you these details if you ended up asking for it. And if it's a new device and you are the original owner, then you should already have all this information ready for you, and you should be able to use that in order to be able to activate this in case of anything. Whatever the case, I just go ahead and follow these steps coming right up if you want to remove that activation lock on something like an iPad Pro. So have the previous owner enter their details onto your iPad, or just request the same thing from them if anything. Now fire up your iPad, and when prompted on the activation lock screen, just go ahead and enter the Apple ID and password. And within a few minutes, the home screen should appear on the iPad. And upon reaching this page, I just go ahead and navigate to the settings tab in order to sign out of iCloud. Just a quick note to users before we go ahead and move forward with this. Users on iOS 12 or earlier can locate this option on the settings and navigating to iCloud and then signing out. For iOS 13 or later, click on settings and then your name and then sign out right from there. So it is going to be pretty different depending on which version of iOS you're using. Now, chances are that the iPad will prompt you to enter the original user's ID and password. Simply enter the details available to you. The best part of all of this is that you can just navigate over to the settings tab and then click on erase all data. That's open up your settings, click on reset in order to proceed, and it's going to delete all of the content on this iPad, and it should be able to let you in right after. And at this point, your iPad is just going to restart, allowing you to set up your brand new iPad. While talking about a suitable tool in order to bypass iCloud activation, missing out on Dr.Fone's screen unlock for iOS doesn't really make much sense here, as it is the most trusted and loved tool by millions of users. Available for Windows and Mac, so you do not have to worry about whether or not you have the right kind of operating system or not. It's just going to offer an extremely easy process, and it's going to make the work of bypassing iCloud a lot easier and faster. There are plenty of tools out there that don't exactly hesitate to make fake promises or anything like that, but Wondershare has always managed to upkeep the security and trust of the users and just does what it says and what it claims. And I just wanted to bring you the steps coming right up with this iCloud bypass tool through Dr.Fone. So go ahead and run Dr.Fone and then connect your iPhone onto your computer and then go ahead and launch it. And then from here on the home screen, I just select the screen unlock section that is going to be right over in this section. A feature to unlock an Apple ID, and you should be able to continue from there. And then select remove Apple IDs. And to jailbreak your iOS device, in this case, just go ahead and follow this guide coming right up for your iPhone, and this is going to be specifically for Windows PC. On Dr.Fone's interface, a warning message is going to be displayed that the operating system might brick your iPhone, and this could be a pretty big deal. But just go ahead and click on next if you're sure about this, and after that, go ahead and connect your iPhone onto your computer, and then confirm the model is correct, and then you can go ahead and jailbreak it right from there. Start to remove the iCloud activation lock lock, and this bypassing process will be finished after just a little while. And finally, you can safely just remove it after getting the success prompt, and then you should be pretty good to go from there. And if you're holding the iPhone of a completely unknown entity, and you just wish to return to the same to its rightful owner, and require just appropriate details about the owner, this can be achieved in a very brief period by applying the following method. And this is going to be technically method number 3 of getting this issue resolved. And in the activation window, I just go ahead and press on the home button and then select Wi-Fi settings and then tap on the eye bounded by a circle. Now it's time to remove the existing DNS server, put in a custom one in motion. Now let's go ahead and follow the steps in order to bypass the iCloud activation on an iPhone. So first off, you're going to want to enter the new DNS address server 78.109.17.60, and then go ahead and tap on back, then done, and activation help from there. And once you accomplish the above mentioned very easy steps, a message is just going to appear saying that you have successfully connected to my server. And then go ahead and tap on the menu on top right there and scroll through several applications available for use, like such as YouTube, Mail, Maps, Games, and Social, User Chat, Video, Audio, and so many more. And then select the appropriate application, which I can provide information that you require for the owner of the previous iPhone. And then you should be pretty good to go from there. And that's it. Those have been some of the best methods of bypassing the activation lock on iPhone and on iPad as well. So go ahead and leave us a like if you liked this video, and then comment any of your questions down below. And also don't forget to subscribe for more content just like this, and make sure to share this video with others as well. So until next time, enjoy.